Okay, I want to start off by congratulating our women's soccer team for winning the Big Ten regular season and also winning the Big Ten tournament. So awesome for them and so cool to be able to be there to celebrate last evening when they arrived. Really special moment. A lot of our players were out there, coaches, etc. Also want to give my condolences and our team's condolences and prayers to Mia Hammond's family. Just an awful situation. So I want to make sure that we hit on that first and just let her parents and her family know how she impacted us, and she's certainly in our thoughts and prayers. As for the game, Saturday, very disappointed in how we played on offense and on special teams. I thought defensively we played very well against a team that we knew we were going to be able to stop, and we did what we were supposed to do, which was not allow them to score a lot of points. Unfortunately, we gave them the ball inside the 10-yard line, which is the one thing we said we could not do, and gave them a short field and gave them an opportunity to score a touchdown. We got the ball in a short field based on a fantastic block punt, scored a touchdown, but outside of those scores, neither team really moved the ball very well against one another. I think both teams were in the 200 yards, 250 yards total offense, and expected in a lot of ways in terms of how good of a defense I believe they have. I saw that the week prior in the game that they played. I saw it in many other times when they were healthy, what their defense looked like, and felt like we probably had some opportunities that we missed on for one reason or another. They're extremely physical, extremely big, and their front seven was certainly very hard to handle. On top of that, was one of those games that probably felt like a November Big Ten game in Madison, Wisconsin, where we allowed the crowd to get back into it in the fourth quarter. We had plenty of opportunities, plenty of drives, but our field position was awful. We had 5 drives, and all of which were started inside the 10-yard line in the second half. And driving 90 yards against that defense is extremely hard to do. We turned it over twice. They did not turn it over at all, although they had the ball on the ground 4 different times, none of which we were able to fall on. So it just happened to be, I would say, a little bit of Murphy's Law. What could go wrong did go wrong. And, we have to learn how to win in those type games. You're in the Big Ten, you're going to have to win ugly. You're not going to win every game by a bunch of points. You have to know how to win games where you score under 20 points, which was clear throughout the weekend. That being said, we move on. And we prepare for Purdue. And we will have another challenge ahead of us. There are no easy games in the Big Ten. There are no games that aren't extremely difficult. I saw that you look at Purdue's game against Michigan. At Michigan, I think it was 21-16. You look at Purdue's game against Rutgers. It was, I think, 27-24, 27-24 against Minnesota, I believe. So we know that we're going to have a battle in front of us. Their score against Illinois, I think, was 42-27. So we're ready for that challenge. Looking forward to it. We have some guys that are not able to play probably, or will have to monitor. We certainly had that in the second half of the game on Saturday. But all in all, we're ready for a very good game on Saturday, and we hope that we have a full house, and we have a very loud crowd, and we can get our crowd going in the same way that Wisconsin was able to do it on Saturday, in the same way we were able to do it against Illinois here.
Yeah, what happened with Jonah in the second half? I think at halftime you said he was good to go, and then he didn't play.
Yeah, he tried to go. We thought that he was going to be able to push off of his leg and use his knee, but he wasn't able to do it. I was surprised at halftime. We felt pretty good that we were able to treat it up. We put a brace on him, and we felt that brace was going to be good enough to be able to allow him to finish the game. But he was not able to protect himself.
What's the status for Saturday?
We're expecting this week to put him through a lot of treatment and be able to play him. But we will certainly really make that a day-by-day type deal. But I would say right now he is in the questionable mode.
It's a knee, is that right?
How about Denzel?
Denzel, we will see. He rolled his ankle pretty good. And so he played for most of the second half. There was a lot of plays that he had to take off and then come back in a couple plays later. But we'll have to see how he does this week in practice. We're not practicing today. Yesterday, we did not go out on the field due to we were pretty dinged up. So we'll see what it looks like tomorrow.
How about the two linemen? Any updates on them?
Yeah, Landon, same situation. Nothing will change with Landon. We'll have to see if we could change his cast out to be able to help him be, let's call it, more successful playing center. It's very hard to do that with the ball cast on. So we'll see what that looks like as we go. Drew will be a challenge to get back, but we'll see what it looks like. He kind of got rolled up on pretty good and was not able to play in the second half.
You mentioned a couple of guys wouldn't be able to play. Can you give any names of what's going on there?
No, I just went through all of them.
What were your conversations like with Damon during the game, after the game, up until today?
Same as usual. That we talked about the fact that there were some plays out there. We're up 10-3. We have the ball 1st and 10 on the 36-yard line. Have a chance to go up 17-3. We don't want to take risks when we don't need to take risks in a game like that. We felt 17 points was going to win us the game. And, tried to put him away, I think. And, I think he would have preferred to hit Chris in that situation. But on the same token, he felt like he was very mentally tough all game long. He handled himself exceptionally well. He learned from every mistake. He learned from the success, missed some throws that he traditionally never misses. Missed a corner route to Amari early on. I have not seen him miss that in probably a year. But that happens. A couple of plays here or there that he probably would like back. Obviously, we talked about the importance of ball security. And, this is a great opportunity for him to continue to learn. And I really do believe that every single week he's going to have great learning experience. And every single week he's just going to continue to get better. And, we have to realize that every game is going to be something different. He's never played in those elements before. The crowd got super into it in the fourth quarter. The game was exceptionally close. The weather turned up a notch. All those things happen in the Big Ten, and these are all new experiences. And he's 19, and he is a sophomore, and he's going to continue to get better. And every game he goes out and plays great. That doesn't mean that we should expect that every single game he plays. Just like if he struggles in a game, we shouldn't expect that in every single game. I continue to see him getting better and better and better. I think he's one of the best players that I've ever coached at the position. And I'm looking forward to continuing to watch his growth each week and how he comes back this Saturday and the next Saturday and the next Saturday after that will all be great indicators of the future success he'll have with us.
Being that he is only 19, I know sometimes it's easy to try to put more on him than think he's still only 19. How hard is it to balance not putting too much on him at such a young age?
I think that we've balanced that out really well. We look at, he had 580 yards a couple weeks ago combined in total offense. I think he's had multiple games of 4 touchdowns or more in a game. He's managed to be able to run the football very successfully and throw the football. He has one of the highest completion percentages in all of college football. He's made minimal mistakes in turning the ball over. I think we're 5th in the country in total turnovers, 6th in the country, with 8 total turnovers in 9 games. So I believe that he's done a great job of being able to handle himself in this manner. But we've lost a few games at Michigan, at Wisconsin, and home against Ohio State. And I would say that He's learned from each one of those. And as always, the quarterbacks, the head coaches, will always be the ones that people talk about. And he is continuing to grow and mature. And it's my responsibility to make sure that I continue to give him confidence and that he continues to know how much we believe in him. He is a fantastic football player, and I'm expecting a great game from him.
I know you've talked a lot about why you like Denzel as the punt returner. Is he still the primary plan if he's healthy and available this week?
Yeah, well, if he's healthy, he'll punt return. I think this past week we rotated through. Unfortunately, Rashawn Clark got hurt as well, so we're not sure where he's at. He hyperextended his knee, so we'll have to see what that looks like. And then Des Roebuck was back there. But, all three phases are very important to the success of the team. And, with Denzel, there's been times that he's been able to give us really good field position. There are times that he was able to score. There has been times that he's been able to field some very difficult punts. But on the same token, we've got to make sure that we protect him and do a great job of blocking for him if we are going to take a return.
You always, after a loss, need to bounce back, and I'm sure you monitor your guys to see if there's any residue and all that. This is the first time I think you lost to somebody you were favored to beat, fairly substantially, I think. Is there any extra concern about, your guys and if the air went out of the balloon a little bit? I know it did with some of the fans, but, are you guys pretty resilient? Or
Yeah, I'm not worried about the air did not go out of the balloon in any of our players. We went to Madison, Wisconsin, and we lost 13-10. Our guys are extremely excited about coming back at home. We're 6-3. We were last year 6-6. It took us till the second to last game of the season to get to 6 wins a year ago. We've got 3 games left to play. We're already at 6 wins. We're playing with multiple freshmen and sophomores. We're probably the only team in college football that starts at least 2 freshman wide receivers, starts a freshman offensive lineman, had to play with a backup center, had to play with a backup right tackle, starts a freshman safety, freshman linebackers. So no, our guys are extremely excited to go out and play on Saturday, and they can't wait for the opportunity to get back at it. And I think that as we go through these processes and as we're building this program, we certainly will see ups and downs in games that we wish we won that we didn't, and games that we weren't expected to win that we do.
What would your message be to fans who see certain jobs open and see your name attached to them and showing up on lists and see the young talent you guys have and want to be really excited about the future, but are concerned about what it would mean if things went that way?
Yeah, I would say those lists are made by people that have no idea what's going on. Honestly, they don't know what's happening in our program. They have no idea how excited I am about the youth in our program. They have no idea how excited I am about the fact that we're playing 6 or 7 true freshmen. No idea how excited I am about the fact that Damon Williams, I believe, has a chance over the next year or 2 years after this to be one of the all-time best quarterbacks that have come through this area. I don't think that they would know how I enjoy coaching here, that we've spent a ton of money into building this program the way we want to build it, that I had a great hand in all the facilities. I was a big part of making the decisions on how we wanted to recreate this space, to give our players an unbelievable opportunity to have a recovery room that they never had. Working on making sure that they have the best nutrition they could possibly have, give them great new meeting rooms, new office spaces for our coaches. I think, unfortunately, what happens is they just want to tie coaches to lists, and then we have to sit there and defend it rather than just be able to just tell our fans, like, our players, our coaching staff, myself, my family, we love coaching at the University of Washington. And the ridiculousness of people that want to claim that because my wife and daughters are living in Arizona, because I have a 16-year-old who's been in 5 different schools in the last 8 years to finish her high school, has anything to do with my decision, or the ridiculousness of just putting my name on a list just to do it. Only that does affect recruiting. It affects our team. It affects our staff. And my hope is that our players, our coaches, our families understand how much we love it at Washington.